gentlemen, we have one match to focus on. That means, Eric, our full attention is on this. Be nice to really go through the motions, because we're not just watching clearly the two best players in this competition at the moment, but we get to see Magnus Carlsen playing from behind. And I don't just mean the 1 point that he's down. I actually mean in both games so far, it hasn't looked good for Magnus Carlsen. He needs to have a confident game here with the white pieces, because Jan-Krzysztof Duda, I have to say, technically he can win this match with a win in this game.
And he definitely wants to. I mean, you don't want to give a guy like Magnus any second chances, any tie breaks. I think the audiences, a lot of people generally like when there's upsets, or even the idea of Magnus having to fight through the losers bracket. So I'm guessing there's quite a few people rooting for an upset here. One thing we know is that Magnus he has had some matches on chess.com, lost the game, and been in situations where he's had to win, and he's done it before. So we'll see if he can pull it off again, but he's going to have to play better. As you mentioned, Duda pushing Magnus in these games, on the clock, on the board, and he just hasn't been making. I mean, the last game, probably he could have extracted more, right? When he had the connected pawns, but that was also credit to Magnus for finding a very nice line, and wasn't really like, oh, you just Duda blundered. Inaccuracy, and Magnus caught it. So that's actually a huge moment, right? I was actually thinking, when you got to that position, we're looking at a 2-0 score.
Yeah,
connected pass pawns, opposite bishops, really, really hard to hold, but he made it look easy.
Yep. In this position, I was actually wondering about pawn takes e4. I mean, it's the obvious move that's right in front of us here.
I was hoping you wouldn't ask me, Amar. I'm looking at him like, no. I play this position where the king's Indian attack, this is similar to. Magnus played a4 instead. Okay, I'm glad he's doing it. Okay, I was gonna be like, are we? How bad are we that we can't figure this out?
Like, what is the
This
idea?
Is a deep idea for Magnus. He sacks a pawn, but that diagonal opens up, and
I guess the bishop has trouble developing from c8 due to d7 being guarded and the bishop on g2.
I don't believe it though, because the bailout, or generally speaking, is black. You could go knight here, knight d5, whether you lose a pawn or give back a pawn, right?
Correct.
Because there's positions. I'm just going to give an example. The audience, knight e5, takes. Is this the best? No, but let's just say go knight d5. Well, you can go c4 to kick the knight away, but giving the knight the b4 square, that's when you wish I could go a3.
Yep.
Some trades have occurred, and black is still up a pawn. Yes, this bishop is a few squares away from fully developing, but white still needs to prove compensation. I mean, black could try to trade I don't believe it too much.
That's right.
c3. You can
Yes.
allow a repetition once, twice, earn some time off the clock. And this is where that f5 pawn being weak. So bishop b6, c3,
Yes.
and takes, rook d5, there's king c4.
Mhm.
And you don't have a good move here. So it's a real problem that you can't just trade everything.
So he's maneuvered the rook to h6 to win h2. It will be a pawn you can grab, but look at what's happening to the position. You take on h2, it's so long until you're making threats over there. White's gonna play king d5, rook a7, move the c pawn. It gets really scary with less than a minute.
Yeah, no, the Duda, he's correctly trying to force things off, but you can't force everything off. King c8.
King
He's
d8 kind
farming-
of traps the rook, right? Like just in a funny. It's not 100% trapped, but it's immobile. You have to play rook a6, but then maybe the a pawn runs.
Magnus, c4 first, wants to avoid, well, the bishop covers, now the a1 square, so now he can catch up to this pawn.
There are
He's
some
in
dark
time.
square pawns on the king side, though.
So he would be in time here, even if this isn't winning, because you can get your king to c6.
Right?
You could play that on. Is that what we're going to see?
Yeah, probably. Maybe not even with bishop d6. Although it's nice to force c5, I guess.
That was,
Yep.
we have that position where the king, this is a draw.
Pawn can get to h3. He's gonna try against bishop g5, but yeah, the king has just no path through. King d4, bishop f6.
Always check, I think this will, I don't see the players playing, I don't see Magnus trying to flag him, but
I don't see any
we're talking
moves. That's the
we're talking
problem.
about tablet Magnus as well. No, that's true. Wow. A nice hold.
That was a really nice
Jan-Krzysztof
hold.
Duda, because those were not, that was Magnus's